Yep, you know what time it is, man. This is, of course, your favorite channel, man, CTB. This is Chin Talk Boxing. I'm your boy, Jay Slay. So what up to him, man?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in.
Most definitely. I know you tuned into a show I'm pretty sure you guys missed. This is a show we call here Chin Check. This is where we rock you guys' chin with boxing news, boxing information, boxing rumors. And sometimes we put some money in you guys' pockets by giving you the odds of the fight. And we got a big fight coming up this weekend in the heavyweight division for the unified titles, man, for 3 of the belts with Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk. So us here at CTB, we got to ask the question, man. We know Usyk is a small heavyweight. He's actually a cruiserweight that came up to heavyweight. And for the heavyweight division, man, to me, it'd be kind of a loss if he keep those titles. So the title of today's show is, I'm pretty sure you read it, does the heavyweight division need a win from Anthony Joshua? What do you think, man? You think Anthony Joshua needs to win for the betterment of the heavyweight division?
Before I answer the question, I will say that Usyk is a great fighter. You know, he was undisputed at cruiserweight. He's proven to be able to go to heavyweight and prove that he can hang with the big boys. So big shout out to Usyk, what he's accomplished so far. But I would have to say that, man, I'm rooting hard for AJ, man, this weekend. I think it's big for the heavyweight division, man. I think the heavyweight division is losing its luster again. And I don't want it to go into hibernation again. So I think it's huge, being that Fury had just retired. Supposedly, we'll see if he stays retired. And then, you know, a lot of the other heavyweights are young, up-and-coming guys that haven't really made a name for themselves into the casual market. So right there, the 2 biggest names in the heavyweight division, 2 of the biggest names in boxing is Wilder and AJ. And this is our last time, maybe, to have a chance at that fight. I think the momentum and the timing could be perfect if Wilder does what he needs to do on October the 15th, and if AJ can get that win against Usyk on this Saturday, that fight becomes interesting again, intriguing again. Even Eddie Hearn has brought up the fight and said that supposedly they have contacted Wilder's team about trying to make that fight, but nobody responded back. How true that is, I don't know. You know, Hearn is trying to sell the fight for this weekend. But, we don't know who's telling the truth on that. But I would say that if they can win this weekend, AJ, and if Wilder can take care of business, man, I think everybody in the boxing world going to start talking about that fight again. And it'll put the heavyweight division back where it needs to be.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think, I don't really, me personally, I don't believe Fury's going to be retired for long. I know they're saying he relinquished his what's that shit called? The lineal championship. He relinquished that. So now the Anthony Joshua versus Usyk fight is for the lineal title also. So I think once whoever wins this fight this weekend, I see Fury coming out of retirement. Because I think Suleiman is going to keep those belts with Fury in the meantime in hopes that he can get a unification fight with the winner. But I agree with you, man. I think AJ needs to win this fight. Now, while I really don't really care for the fight as much as I do for Wilder versus AJ fight, I do think the heavyweight division needs to have a Fury versus AJ fight for a unification fight, if it goes that route. Because I really don't want to see the biggest heavyweight in Tyson Fury, who's 6'9", 300 pounds, fight a guy coming up from cruiserweight, who's probably going to come in, what's Usyk, like 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah, 6'3".
6'3", 6'4" at the most. He probably come in at 230, at the most. So he's smaller than Wilder, so I really don't want to see Fury in there fighting for a undisputed championship fight against Alexander Usyk. I think that would be, like you said, it would make the heavyweight division lose a lot of luster in that point. In my point, really people are not really attached to Fury's personality as much as people in America anyway. So, and Usyk here in America is not really known at all. He barely speak English if he does speak English. And his personality really don't resonate here in America either. So I think for Americans, if we're going to have a European heavyweight champion, it needs to be people who speaks English and who actually has a backstory. So AJ and Fury would be the better fit, in my opinion. And then if Wilder want to go and fight the winner, I know people are tired of seeing the Fury versus Wilder fight, but if Fury has all the belts and he doesn't want to retire with all the belts, then if Wilder wants to be a champion again, he will have to fight Wilder or AJ again. Fight Fury again. But if AJ can pull the upset, not only win his belts this weekend, but then pull the upset against Tyson Fury, that would make that fight even more bigger. It would make that fight huge with Wilder, in my opinion. Because now AJ beat the man who beat Wilder, and now, you know what I'm saying, we had that whole triangle theory going on with AJ. So it's a long shot, but I look in the future and try to see what happens in the future. But yeah, I think AJ needs to win this weekend, man. I just hope. I got another question for you real quick. If AJ does happen to lose this fight, and say he loses by knockout, say he gets stopped by Usyk, would that make you more interested in the Usyk Fury fight, or would you think AJ was just more hype than anything?
I think AJ would be more hype, honestly. As much as I think, like I said, I told you about Usyk when we first started talking about him on this episode. I think he's a great fighter, but that size difference, man, is just too much to overcome. And you talking about Tyson Fury, who has great boxing ability too. So it's not like he's just a slugger that maybe he can outpoint. Fury can box too. He's elusive too. Are you talking about a guy that's 6'9", that's gonna have you about 6 inches and probably about 45 pounds, and you expect him to get in the ring and beat this guy? I think that's too tall of a task. I know it'll be a big fight and people will still tune into it. It'll be more built up like a David Goliath type fight, but I don't think he really got a shot. I really think Anthony Joshua got a better shot of beating Fury than actual Usyk, even if he lost that fight.
Yeah, I agree. But I think if AJ get knocked out in this fight, he will have to hit the drawing board again. He'll be down there fighting with the Andy Ruiz's again, trying to build his resume up again. As far as Eddie Hearn go, Eddie Hearn was trying to pull. You know how Eddie Hearn does. He tried to throw somebody in the way of an AJ fight. He's trying to throw Chisora in the way with Wilder. He's saying that he feels Chisora can beat Wilder. What do you think about that statement from Eddie Hearn?
No, we don't have time for that no more, man. I don't understand why you feel like we gotta have a roadblock to get the fights that we want to get. Like, both these guys are proven stars. This is like Anthony Joshua and PBC coming and saying he got to be Andy Ruiz to fight Deontay Wilder. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's needed. I think they both are huge stars. They both are former heavyweight champions of the world. He don't have to prove nothing by fighting them. So I think it's a waste of time. It's just a way for Eddie Hearn to double up his money count. It's a way for him to get paid 2 times with 2 of his fighters on his side.
Yeah, if I'm Eddie Hearn, you might as well go ahead and make this, especially if AJ loses this weekend. If Wilder and Shelly Finkel them still want that fight with AJ, I don't see Eddie Hearn stopping that fight that time. He done got everything he can get out of AJ, and he's going to pretty much put him out the pasture. I'm just mad it's 5 years too late, man. Because that, in my opinion, that was the biggest heavyweight fight that was lost. If they would have had fought for all the marbles, the heavyweight division, in my opinion, would have been rocking right now, in my opinion. But you got anything else to add to this topic?
I think we covered it all for right now. We'll probably hit a couple more topics when we get close to the fight tomorrow on Saturday morning.
Right, after weigh-ins, I'm pretty sure we'll do our pre-fight, and then Alexander Usyk look pretty big, man. So I want to see how much he weigh on that scale tomorrow too. So they might change the betting odds a little bit in Vegas. So I'm interested to see what happens there with that weigh-in. But like we said, man, this is your favorite channel, man, CTB. This is Chin Talk Boxing. I'm your boy Jay Slay. Say peace to him, man.
All right, everybody, please hit the like button so I try to get out more people. Comment, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Comment. You know why? Because we love boxing and you love boxing. But most of all, God, peace, and love, and we out of here. Take care.